Hey folks, I'm starting on another one tonight in Kingwood, and you can see this is a overhanging soffit, eerily familiar to the one that I just did on that tile roof, also in Kingwood, but a lot higher up and harder to get to. It looks like, from what I can see, they tried to fill that area with foam at some point, probably to try to get bees or stop bees that were in there before. Maybe they've had bees in there before and they were exterminated, I don't know. But the bees are now going in right up here where the shingles overlap. They found a little hole to get in. So they're going to be in this soffit box right here, I'm sure. Now, I don't think I can crawl up in that spot. I'm going to try not to after dealing with that on that other house. So what I'm going to try to do instead is hopefully be able to open up that piece of vertical soffit right there and basically just reach around the corner. I don't know what sort of framing is behind there, but that's going to be where I'm going to start to see what I can do. Now, I don't know how old that foaming is, but I just noticed here they had a tree removed very recently. So it could be that that was just foamed when the tree guys were here working because they didn't want to get messed with by the bees. I don't know. It looks kind of yellowed and aged like it's been there a while. But anyway, I'm waiting on the client to show up so they can sign the form that says they had me do the work, and then I'll get started on it. Well, this sucks. I was hoping they'd be right here. Looking at this from the outside, I figured there wasn't a whole lot of cavity left back in here and that the nest would be right here. But you can see, no nest. Okay, so anyway, I can't remember what I said. The client just called me back because I sent him a text and said, you know, I got to go inside and cut drywall. But, you know, they're not right here. And I didn't think this cavity was that big, but if you look back in here, and y'all probably won't be able to see them due to the lighting, but maybe I can get it to focus. There's a couple of little combs I can see right here behind this board, but I just can't reach them. But there's more nests. There's more nests that I just simply cannot see. There, I can see bees further back in there crawling around. Now, if I go inside, I believe the homeowner's on their way over here right now, but if I go inside right here behind this brick wall, here's my brick wall, I believe it's just a flat vertical wall inside the house, because this is, here, let me step back. Y'all can't see anything in there anyway. Let me show you. I'll step back. Ugh! I tell you, it never ceases to amaze me. There's always something new, always. You always think you got to figure out, there's always something new. So, I can see in the window here, this is a high vaulted ceiling. And the ceiling, it slopes down, but I'm hoping that it comes to a vertical wall right here, not a sloping ceiling. I can see a vertical wall structure when I peek around the corner. I can see vertical studs, so I'm hoping this vertical wall, I can't see through the glare in the window if it goes all the way up, but I think I can go inside and just cut the drywall and reach right in and take them out like they're on a shelf. That's the hope. The homeowner's nervous. He was saying something about how high the ceiling is and how difficult it's going to be. I can see some kitchen cabinets in there, but I think it's going to be a blank wall above them. So anyway, another one stumps me because you think you got it figured out and you don't. So I'm waiting on them to get over here, and we'll go inside and have a look around and see what they want to do. Okay, so we're back at it. The client was over here, and this house has kind of a funny structure to it that we couldn't wrap our heads around, but I got it figured out. I was telling them, you know, what I could see from the outside, but I was pretty sure the bees are right here behind this piece of drywall, and we wanted to measure and get up in the attic and do everything we could. I feel bad because he just refinished all this drywall, fixing the house up, just refinished and repainted that, and now we got to cut it open. But we ended up, you can see a little tiny hole. We got up there and drilled a hole through, and I can't shine my light through and see through to see the bees, but when I go outside and look in the space in the soffit, I can see that hole, and the bees are right behind it. So we're going to get up here, just cut out a little square, and be able to reach right in and pull them out. So we better get busy. Okay, so there you see, there's my hole, and there's the bees. Bigger than I thought, looking from the outside. That that beam is a 2x8. It kind of throws off your perception of how deep the space was, but you can see plywood roof line right here below. So they don't have a whole lot of space. This is pretty much the whole cavity right here. Not down inside the wall because there's insulation, not up inside the ceiling, up here because there's insulation. So I'm going to get the vac hooked up and start vacuuming bees just to try to get them under control. They're not being mean at all. I don't have my gloves on or anything. Just got my veil on for safety. But gonna go ahead and get my vac going. But it looks like nice white combs. Looks like they've just been here this spring. So that's good. They haven't gotten too big yet. Well, I've got the vacuum running. I'm sorry about the background noise. But you can see cut out 2 pieces of comb there. I've got them set over here on the lid. You know, they're not huge pieces. I cut out one little scrap that was on this right-hand side over here. So you can see the combs, nice and white. This hive just moved in here this spring, maybe 2 months ago. They don't have any real appreciable honey stored up, which is good because that makes for a clean job. And the combs are soft, but not so soft that they won't support themselves. So I got a couple of bees vacuumed off just so y'all can see the combs and get an idea of what you're working on. But a couple of perks on this job, advantages. See how the roof lines come together back there? A lot of times on houses I get into, that joint in the plywood is really crappy, and the bees will start crawling through there and getting away from me. But that is a really excellent joint, so kudos to the carpenters that put that together. The bees can't get through it to get away. You can see down underneath there, you can see the daylight right underneath the bees. That's where they're getting in and out outside. And there you can see daylight. That's why I opened up outside and could see the bees but couldn't get to them. So anyway, I'm going to try to hurry this one on and get the rest of it down here. So we're cutting combs and looking for that queen. Well, I just saw the queen. She was right down there in that dark crack where that little vertical structure meets the bottom of the angled chipboard and went crawling kind of to the left. But she was down in there where I couldn't reach her. So she's not up here on this piece of comb unless she just crawled up there, but I don't see her. But yeah, go figure. I see her, I just can't get to her. She slipped away, but we're going to keep on working and try to catch her. Okay, so that's it for this one for now anyway. Inside, I'll probably, I guess, make it all one video when I come back and check them tomorrow. Or let you know the results. But anyway, all the combs are right here. Got them all out. Sprayed it with kills to cover up the smell and any sort of mold or mildew issues. And then sprayed in some Be Quick to hopefully make them not want to be in that space at all. But you can see with something like this, I tell people when I make videos that, or when I'm doing jobs that, you know, I could spend all day vacuuming bees and I'll still leave a few behind, and this is why. I had every single bee vacuumed up, shut down my vacuum, went outside to vacuum bees out there, and now I've got, you know, 2 dozen in here crawling around in this light again. So ultimately they'll fly to the windows tomorrow and probably die. But I'm sure, you know, it's always a little unnerving for people when they come in and say there's bees everywhere, but that's it. They're harmless. They're not in here to attack or hurt anybody. They're just lost and confused. So anyway, I'm going to lock this place up and head home, and we'll see how it goes in the next couple days. Okay, so we're back out here on the afternoon of day 2, and everything looks really good. The bees are clearly orienting to the box, flying in and out, crawling around. They seem happy. A little bit of debris you see there was just stuff that dumped out of the vac box, little bits of insulation and stuff. But, you know, like I said, I spotted the queen last night on the removal. I did not confirm and cage her during the job. Maybe I vacuumed her, I don't know. But either she's in that box and they're happy, or they're pulling queen cells. But she does not appear to be holed up in the house anywhere because there's no cluster of bees that's hanging with her. There are no bees in the cavity at all. A couple of bees buzzing around and around the lights, but that's expected. But everything looks really good, so I'll be back tonight after dark to pick this one up and take it home. So with that, I'm going to call this one a wrap and call it a job well done.